You are watching William Patterson University Television.
Stay on. Hey, Miss Potts. If you find this recording, don't feel bad about this. Part of the journey is the end. Just for the record, being adrift in space with zero promise of rescue is more fun than it sounds. Food and water ran out 4 days ago. Oxygen will run out tomorrow morning. That'll be it. When I drift off, I will dream about you. It's always you.
Thanos did exactly what he said he was going to do. He wiped out 50% of all living creatures.
We lost, all of us. We lost friends. We lost family. We lost a part of ourselves. This is the fight of our lives.
This is gonna work, Steve.
I know it is. Because I don't know what I'm gonna do if it doesn't.
Is anyone home? This is Scott Lang. We met a few years ago at the airport in Germany. I got really big.
Is this an old message?
Ant-Man, I know you know that.
It's the front door.
That's me. Can you buzz me in?
After the tragic ending of Infinity War, fans have been begging to know what happens to our Avengers, and now we finally have our first clues as to what has been happening since the day that Thanos snapped. Joining me today to discuss this is Jordan, Zach, and Samori to break it all down for us. Guys, right off the line, right off the top, down the line, first impressions, Samori, go.
I liked it. You know, there's some good stuff in there. The first thing we see from Thanos is that he hung his jerseys up in the rafter as he destroyed half of
Retire
their
on
life.
top, man.
I
Retire
love
on
that.
top.
But then it's really, the trailer's really somber, and you know, everybody just died, so I understand that. Then, I don't know, it's just, Ronan was a nice, cool feature, but other than that, they really didn't give me anything.
Jordan?
See, I liked it for the somber parts. I felt like it just had this lack of promise for any fighting, where it fills you with dread, but at the same time, like, that little ending kind of gives you a small glimpse of light. I think they just did a really good job in capturing what happened at the final of the last film and making you feel all those feelings again, waiting for what's going to happen next.
Zach, what do you think?
I mean, I liked it. I agree that I think there could have been more. I mean, I'm not asking for major fights, explosions kind of thing, which, you know, normally superhero films what you expect, but even just showing, like, the panic in the streets, the reason why Steve Rogers decided to shave all of a sudden. I mean, it's showing more of activity, more than just the somber looks to bring me into this.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, there's your jersey in the rafters.
Love it.
What I'm getting is, like, Samori and Zach, you guys felt like there could have been more done to kind of hype this thing up.
Right.
We had a really somber moment, and I think establishing the mood is great. But it kind of felt like this was almost like a fan trailer made on YouTube. Like, it was just kind of our best nerdy moments cut together. There was nothing new that we saw. We knew they were dead. We knew Stark was stranded. We knew that Hawkeye was still out there. So, like, what are we waiting for? Well, show me something new. So, Samori, what would be that thing new that they would have had to show you to be like, okay, yeah, I'm in?
To be honest, it's probably Captain Marvel. And if not Captain Marvel, I would say, I believe they're going to do the thing where Banner and Hulk combine their minds. So I think a nice thing at the end, I wish they would have put Hulk. And then, you know, he got slapped by Thanos last time. And, you know, we want to see him training, getting ready for the next battle. So I think that's something.
Zach, what do you think? What's something that they should have shown to you to get you on board?
I mean, like I said, I wasn't looking for huge fights, but maybe just like the emotions from the characters. It kind of showed, okay, Captain America saying like, we have a plan, it's our last ditch effort sort of thing. But other than the quick looks of, oh no, this happened, friends are dead, it didn't really show any like actions or emotions or what they were feeling, what they wanted to do, what they wanted to say, you know.
So Jordan, Zach mentioned action. You thought that the lack of action was good. This was a good place to start in this marketing campaign, but trailers are for marketing, and it didn't look like they were reaching out to any new fans. It kind of just felt like they were playing fan service. Is that a good or a bad thing when you're going into the culmination of 11 years of filming at this point?
Well, you kind of said it there. It's been 11 years. To reach out to a new audience, those people would have to watch 11 years worth of films to catch up to this. So their main audience are people who have mostly seen what's happened, or at least has kept up a little bit with what's going on, because otherwise appealing to a new audience won't win them much. I felt like the lack of action kind of helped with the Captain Marvel perspective, because why would they want to spoil anything by including her now when they're trying to market her own film? Keep her away from Avengers until her film comes out and then bring her in. So then the audience will know, it's like, this film just came out, and then now she's going to be here, and then we can go and watch Avengers.
So Zach, I'll ask you. I mean, we've all known about like the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been huge for 11 years, but when the culmination of Infinity War happened, when they snapped and everyone turns to dust, we're looking at these characters that had movies slated for the next 3-4 years and going, well, they're not really dead because they have movies coming out. So like, none of this is all inconsequential. So like Jordan said, you don't want to give too much away. You don't want to spoil her coming in. You don't want to spoil her movies, you know, past her initial one. Does it really matter anymore? Because we kind of, with the internet, we already know all this information.
I mean, I don't know. I grew up on comic books, and there was a lot of times, you know, when a character died in a comic book or went away for some reason, you knew more likely than not they would be back at some point later by some magical retcon. But even then, in that moment, you still experienced that emotion. You still felt that pain or that loss or whatever with the character and what they were feeling. So like, it was the same thing with the snap at the end. With sure, these characters have movies slated, but in that moment watching it on screen, you still are seeing these characters, some of which are people's favorites, dying before their eyes. With Captain Marvel, I feel like we shouldn't, you know, throw her out there too quick. She has her own movie that we need to experience that journey with her first, and then we can see her in Avengers Endgame.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you guys for coming and joining me today to talk about this movie. I think we all are pretty excited about it. I'm just personally hoping for a little more action in the next trailer. Let's see some punching, because that's what I'm really here for. Well, that's all. That's been this for this trailer breakdown. But don't go anywhere, because next we talk about the best nerd items for the holidays. Stick around. Yeah, no, I need to start.